Hey guys. So I've been working with a birdie to help him understand Footsies a little bit better, and some things came up in our matches and in our training that I'd like to go over with you as well. So the first thing that came up was what I like to call the good buttons at the good range. So I've done this in the past, I've moved past it. He's done this in the past, he's moving past it. I see other people do this. You're going to see this Vega do it. Right here at the edge of his range, Vega is just mashing all the right buttons, right? But he's not looking to punish anything, right? He's not looking to whiff punish or counter poke, he's just hoping you run into the buttons. So, since we know the pattern, 3 mediums, a crouch, fierce, and a medium, let's just counter poke his crouch hard punch. Not so bad. Right? Could whiff punish. It's a little bit harder with that button. I messed up my input. Could also whiff punish like that. It's a little bit better. The thing is, because we thought about what he was trying to do, and we recognized the pattern, which by the way most people will have when they're mashing buttons at their good range. Because we recognized the pattern, we were able to either counter poke or whiff punish at our discretion. Right? It depends on what you want. The whiff punish might be a little bit safer, might not. The counter poke might be safer, it might not. Maybe you need the damage, counter poke it is. But the point is, because we were able to do that, and because we weren't just mashing buttons at our good range, right? We're actually able to convert into real damage, unlike Vega here, who would have just gotten like 80 damage there and 80 damage there if we'd ran into his buttons. Alright, so the next thing that came up was he has trouble against Vega because he gets outranged. And I said to him, well, the issue is not that Vega outranges you, it's that you don't know the spacing. So, let's do a little bit of spacing, right? This is Vega's forward hard punch. Spacing is about back here, right? Can definitely whiff punish it if you expect it. Right? The moves that a person is likely to do is in part determined by the spacing between the two of you. And even though Buki doesn't have any range at all on this medium kick, she can still whiff punish a super long range move like that. Right? Okay, so let's try something a little bit harder. Let's try maybe his medium punch. Right, it's very fast, good range. More or less one of his good buttons. Medium kick doesn't look like it'll hit. No, not at all. But maybe something else will. Yeah, maybe that. Maybe if I'm super perfect on it. Yeah, so just barely. Can whiff punish like that. What about EX Rida? I'm sure that would work. If I could do the inputs. Right? I've always got kunai. Right, I don't have any range on this. What was the other thing? Counter poke? There you go. Easy peasy. Alright, so even medium punch, you know, even though we couldn't whiff punish it with stand medium kick, we could still counter poke it and whiff punish it with a different button, you know. So let's try something else. Let's try a stand hard kick. What do we get for that? Well, we could use the slide. Probably just crouch under it. But let's say we're back here. And we can do that. We can do that. Maybe not medium kick. Yeah, maybe not. Can do that. Can do that. Again, I messed up the inputs, but you could do that. Right? You could do that. The thing is anticipation. So the whole problem, well, there's three aspects to it, right? There's spacing, and there's timing, and there's anticipation, right? At this range, you would expect Vega to do a slide, you know, his sweep, or you'd expect him to do forward hard punch, right? At this range, you would expect Vega to use medium punch, crouch fierce, maybe even stand light punch or crouch light punch. Something to that effect. You know? Maybe up here you might expect him to do stand fierce so that he can convert into something. The point is, where you stand more or less kind of dictates to opponents what they might want to do. And most people will fall into the trap of doing that one thing until you hit higher levels where they actually think about what they're doing. So hopefully that helps. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.